Hey guys, this is A Seed of Wisdom. I wanted to do a quick VR to the Prepper site. He has the contest of uh, asked us to show some of our Prepper books. I think he has 1,000 subs coming up. The Prepper site's a great site. I visited it quite a few times. Last couple of weeks I haven't been able to do much of anything online, so I haven't been there, but well, maybe a couple of times. But he has excellent information, tons and tons of highly recommended videos for gardening, guns, which I didn't know he had, because my husband just asked me the other day, well, who do I go to for information on guns? And sure enough, I went there this morning and I saw all the videos he has on guns. He has a little bit of everything there. Some excellent videos from other folks on YouTube, I believe. So be sure and check him out if you haven't. I know he also says that YT Preppers is a good site to go to. I haven't had the opportunity to do that yet. We have been working on this chicken coop and trying not to kill the garden anymore, so I just have not been online that much. But if he recommends it, I know that it's a good site. It probably has tons of information on it, so that is something that is on my to-do list. Also, I know that the Prepper site has the What If series, or a bunch of the guys, folks, people, extremely knowledgeable preppers are working on the What If series, is my understanding. I'm anxiously awaiting to find out what that is about myself, to tell you the truth. But check out the Prepper site, preppersite.com. I think he's still updating the preppersite.com website, but I know that on YouTube, the Prepper site, you can find tons of information and great videos, so I highly recommend it. Now, so far as what I have in my library, well, I have tons and tons of cookbooks. Number one, I really do not consider myself that much of a prepper yet. For me, a lot of what I've done, or used to do in prior years, recently I've kind of backslid and not done a whole lot, but I'm getting back into things now. But I have tons of cookbooks. Would do me no good, because I have a fascination for cookbooks, books in general, but particularly cookbooks. But I love my ball canning book. I have some books that give old-timey recipes. I have one little cookbook that's called Seems to Me Like I Done It That Way. And then just lots of other books that pass on recipes from other cultures that I also enjoy. But so far as a few that I do have, oh, and one other thing, I have a box in storage, and I wanted to get those out, but I didn't. If you are looking for some good prepping information, you should check out some of the Mother Earth News magazines from the 70s and 80s. They have excellent information in them. I got some of mine on eBay, but I've got some from the 70s that I wanted to pull out, but I just didn't get around to it yet. So, but I would recommend you check out some of those too. I would say that probably my most favorite book that I have is my Advanced First Aid and Emergency Care. I think this is the training book they use for the guys at the Red Cross. It just has lots of basic information. I mean, anything from birthing a child in emergency situations to burns, cuts, if someone is unconscious, choking, just all of the basic information. Sprained ankles, just broken fingers, snake bites. I know that snake bites are in here. Helps you identify some snakes and spiders, what you can expect from various bites and poisonings. I think drowning, of course. But that is one of my favorites. This is actually one of the first ones, the first one, I believe, in first edition, 1973, with 353 illustrations. So that's one of my favorite books. One of my second favorite is Down Home Ways by Jerry Mac Johnson. Old-fangled skills for making hundreds of simple, useful things. And he also has some other books. Country Scrapbook, Country Wisdom, Catfish Farming. But in this book, there is anything from making toys for your kids out of socks or cloth ball, to making soaps, ways with wood, curing wood, making a corncob pipe, making your own paper, tanning hides, making quilts, making your own candles, pottery, spick and span homemade cleaning aids, one thing and another, and that's making your own glasses, all kinds of uses for gourds, a sawdust stove, a quill pen, just a little bit of everything. And then it has some recipes in the back, marshmallows, making your own lollipops, and then it has meat and fowl section, curing, making your own venison sausage, just all kinds of good information in this book. I've had this forever. I really do not remember where I got it from. Another book that I really like that I need to study more is this little herb book here. It's an RD Home Handbook by Leslie Brimness. And the reason I like this one is because it has really, really good detailed pictures. Shows you the seeds, the flowers, the root, pretty much everything. And so I need to study up on this one a whole lot more, because I have lots of weeds in my yard that I would like to know if some of them actually may be herbs. Like this one is catnip / catmint. And then in the back it gives you recipes and drying methods, and it has other kinds of flowers in it or weeds in it, whatever. But just lots of information in here. It's a good little book. Another one I have that I like is The Pocket Book of Survival. Don't Panic, Be Prepared, Stay Safe in the Great Outdoors by Rob Beatty. And it's in a little plastic cover that you can zip and carry with you. But this one is if you're stranded or if you have to be outdoors for an extended period of time. It's got lots of great little information in it. Hazards, watching the weather. It has about collecting water, even if it's down to a point of needing to collect water off leaves and putting a Ziploc bag over it or a plastic bag or something to catch the water. It has some pages on making knots in here. Various forms of natural shelter, making them from twigs or fallen tree trunks, little teepee style or the little tarp style. Just all kinds of information, SOS signals and information you can use. That's a good little book. Another one of my favorites is Rodale's Illustrated Encyclopedia of Gardening and Landscaping Techniques. Chemical free, it says. But one of the main reasons I like this book is because it too has so much information. I mean, it has working with the soil, composting, it tells you how to make your own soil block maker in here. Setting up a grow light system. Has excellent information on pruning. Very detailed pruning information. Controlling lawn pests. But I just love it because and propagation. It tells you all kinds of techniques for propagation. It's just tons and tons of information in that book, so it's a good little book. Another thing I would have shown, but my husband has moved the book somewhere, is the Farmer's Almanac. This particular one is, these pages here are some that he printed off a few weeks ago. farmersalmanac.com/calendar/gardening. This one is about gardening by the moon. And I'm just here to tell you that I thoroughly believe in this farming by the moon method, because I know I've planted some things that did not come up. And this thing is so specific. I mean, it goes like 8th and 9th, good days for planting beets, carrots, radishes. 10th and the 12th is the barren period. Do not plant at all. 15th through the 17th, excellent time to kill weeds, briars, poison ivy. plant pest, and it just goes on and on. So I would highly recommend A Farmer's Almanac. One other one, and I will be done, is The Home Workplace. This one is compiled by editors of Organic Gardening and Farming. And I like it again because it has such a variety. It has about making a row maker in here, a portable cold frame, non-tip sawhorses. I wanted to show you this is their little row maker that shows you, gives you detailed instructions on how to make a row maker using wooden dowels as the little plow part. Soil sifters. They even have a straight row maker, which you can tell we didn't use because our rows are very crooked. Fly traps, bug traps, making your own pedal powered grinding machines. It's called Treadle Power in the workshop. Getting started with wind power. Just all kinds of information in this book. And I did bring out my Excalibur Preserve It Naturally book, and that's because that is new. I just got my Excalibur a couple of weeks ago. I've only had the chance to use it once just yet, but it has lots of information, lots of recipes, but it tells you how to use your dehydrator, preservatives to put on them if you need to, like dipping them in citrus juice or pineapple juice or whatever. But this is a good little book. I mean, it has lots of information in it, so if you have a dehydrator, you might remember to check that out at yard sales or somewhere if you can find it. I got it at half price when I ordered the Excalibur, so I was happy about that. But anyway, that is pretty much, I really do not have, I have one other prepper book that I bought that I've just not had the chance to start reading it yet. But that is pretty much my little collection. I have lots of others, but, well, not lots of others, a few others. None of them really modern ones. Most of them are things that I've had, books that I've had for years. But I think one of my biggest resources has been YouTube and all the help and information that I've gotten from everyone on YouTube. There's just an abundance of information there, and most people are more than willing to help you out. Every now and then you might come across a person that might be a little cranky, but for the most part it is a very wonderful group of people. Now that's it. Thanks for the opportunity to enter the contest. Don't forget the preppersite.com, East Coast Prepper, Y2 Preppers, What If the series. These are all things that I look forward to having a little more time to being a part of. So I try not to recommend things that I do not have faith in myself. So the prepper site I know for sure. Of course the other things will be new, but if it's based on East Coast Prepper and friends and his website, then I know it will all be great. Thanks guys. Talk to you soon.